Hi and welcome to another Nintendo night. I'll be looking at another racing game this time, but this time for the Game Boy Advance, running through my Game Boy player on the GameCube. First of all, I have to choose my character. Those that say S license are those that I've already completed the game with, so I wanted to choose a fresh character starting at the D license. I believe there's a total of 6 championships, each with about 5 tracks. That's a little mini game that you have to do before the track loads. We have to press the accelerate button as quickly as possible when the light goes green, and depending on how quick you are, that'll dictate your starting position. So, with the goal trying to get pole position, of course. Firstly, I want to apologise for just how shockingly poor I am at playing this game on this video. It's been quite a while since I last played it, and the difficulty level varies with each character, or that's my excuse anyway, so this obviously isn't a particularly good character to choose. And I'd forgotten just how sluggish it feels as you start out, but the game does get quicker and more responsive as you upgrade your car, and it's often a case of taking a loss over a new championship and gradually building up money to improve your car, buy weapons, nitrous, etc., and then eventually win and begin the whole process again on the next track. So this is the very first track of the game. It's a kind of top-down racer in the style of Micro Machines or Super Sprint, although as you can see the track scrolls rather than being a single screen track like in Super Sprint. You can slide around the corner, slide the back end of the car out by letting off the gas and then slamming back on it as you go around the corner, a bit like in Ridge Racer in that respect. The opposition are giving me a bit of a harsh time on this track, because as you can see I've taken a bit of damage, which can really eat into your profits for a race. You really need to try and avoid taking too much damage, or it can cost thousands to put right before the next race, and if you don't have the money then you're stuck with a damaged car on the next race and have to limp around the track and try and pick up the little green money pickups that are scattered around. So just go through the menus a little bit. That's the spanner is to replenish your damage. You can either partially fix your car or fix it in full. Then there's upgrades, which is the dollar symbol, and there's weapons at the top. Then tyres. There's a whole range of different tyres, and you really need to choose the best tyre for each track, although the tracks are often split between different surface types, so you have to choose a tyre that will be the best compromise for that track. The kind of upward slopey thing with the arrow pointing up is for upgrades. And here we go on the next track. As you can see on that time I managed to get pole position this time, but not that that actually helps me very much in the actual race. I still do just as poorly as I did last time. So it's straight off on the second corner there. It's a pretty nice looking game. Obviously, as this is being upscaled onto a HD TV, it looks a little bit blurry, but it looks just fine on a Game Boy Advance or Nintendo DS screen. This was actually quite a late release in the life of the Game Boy Advance. In fact, it was one of the very first games that I actually played on my DS Fat, because I saw a preview of it in one of the magazines I read, and I love games like this, so I had to have it. I don't regret purchasing it because it's one of the hidden gems of the system, so I recommend tracking it down by fair means or foul, and giving it a go. Yes, I bought some nitrous boosts before this race, but not that they really made much impact. They've all been used up. There's a nice bridge over a dam there. Sometimes these opponent cars can really be sods, that they bash you around and drop oil slicks at the worst possible time. Also, the different weapons and things get more interesting as you progress. At the moment, I can only buy a nitrous, I believe, but there's later on you get options for dropping mines and buying missiles and all sorts of other things. So the game does ramp up as you go through. The music's quite nice. I'm not sure if you will be able to make it out very much on this video. I should have turned it up a bit more, but at times it reminds me of SID music from the Commodore 64, but with sort of synthy speech over the top. That's the end of the second race there, and I did in 4th place again, just the same as the first race, so at least I'm consistently average. Quite expensive to fix the car there. And we'll just take a little look at the 3rd track, although I didn't have time to record all of this one. So there's a variety of environments that the tracks are in, kind of desert canyon stages like this one. This is actually quite a lot of tarmac on this track, but later on they get more and more off-road, and there's also icy tracks, and towards the end of the game there's some tracks that involve lava, from what I recall. I really must get into this game again and try and finish it with some of the other characters, because although the championships and everything are the same with the different characters, like I said, the cars don't all perform or handle the same, so it adds a little bit of replayability should you wish to try and go through all different characters. The reason I went off there is I was actually checking the timer on the camera to see how much time I had left. I completely forgot to steer. But, so we're starting to run out of time for this vid, guys, so I hope this has piqued your interest in this game if you hadn't heard of it before, and I'll see you next time. Take care.